ma'am, as I completely agree with you, but my question is, are these reality shows like where Sir was there in Big Boss, or you take Splitsvilla, or you take Is Jungle Se Mujhe Bachao, are they really real or they are scripted? Because every show, every reality show which is there, either Big Boss,
Rahul
they
Mahajan,
have some love angle
tell us
to
the
it.
truth.
First of all, none of the shows, it's not scripted. But remember, camera don't lie, but camera can always alternate the reality, you know. Because 24 hours, we are not lovey-dovey to each other. But in 24 hours, only 2 minutes you take this, 2 minutes you take this, and whole day we are sleeping or growling.
So tell
Nobody
me,
shows that.
the whole thing that you subjected the nation to your so-called flirtation or love affair
90
or
days, 24 hours, 34 cameras, would I be like, what
was it scripted?
I'm not a full...
Was it scripted?
There is no single word of scripting in any of those programs because it's not possible.
It's not necessary. Those reality shows are really based, and they're so exciting, because they are the juxtaposition of everyday normal life with the absurd and the bizarre.
You know, while we're making this point on the absurdity and the bizarreness of many of these shows, I quickly want to play one clip. While we're talking about obscenity and how a lot of our viewers here have said that there has to be a Lakshman Rekha, you making the point that there has to be some kind of a regulatory body about television, let's just see what kind of scenes, what kind of songs have been performed in the cinematic fraternity. Take a look at some of these clips from Bollywood. Okay, now I want to put this question to you all. You were just making the point that you want a regulatory body for television now. The fact is that when it comes to our cinema, when it comes to magazines, when it comes to advertising, there are worse things. Are you not someone who's adopting a dual standard policy here?
Question what I wanted to ask Mr. Mahajan is, you've been talking about switching off your TVs. You have the remote in your hands. If we people are just going to switch off the TV or change the channels and not watch your reality programs, do you think you're going to get the TRPs to run those programs ahead?
The programs will stop. That's the whole point.
That's what people watch. There's the television beater. People watch. That's what
I would just like to talk about the reality show which you mentioned. The reality shows, actually they are scripted. I do not agree with that fact. If you watch Sach Ka Saamna, even it did come on the news that the whole show is scripted, and the way Rakhi expresses herself, it's, you know, the way people feel, oh, Rakhi doesn't know anything, but in fact she's seen everyone's interviews. Jo bhi dul hai, she's seen everyone's interview, and the way she's reacting.
I just want to jump in and say one thing. One, because you heard it on the news, therefore it must be true. I disagree with that. Okay, point number one. Point number two, when it comes to Splitsvilla, you had a question whether it's real or scripted. It is not scripted at all. But what we do at Splitsvilla is say, okay, we know these people all have worked out bodies, so we're going to ask a question today: who's got the worst body? Okay, and we're going to make people give an answer, right? When they give an answer, tensions obviously come up. You know, people start fighting with each other. Then you step back and you shoot it. Then you don't say, I want you to say this, I want you to say that. None of that is scripted. The situations are programmed. We're going to have a competition, we're going to ask a question, and then we're going to step back.
Dr. Sonia, I want to know that, not all reality TV is bad. Some international television reality shows, for instance, some which have been broadcast on BBC and some other international networks, such as the Interpreter, there is the Entrepreneur. These are all programs which are supposed to be giving lessons in a sense. They're not Krishi Darshan, yes, but they're also not Sach Ka Saamna. Why is it not possible for us in India also to go down that road and take that approach?
I don't think that we can rule that out. I think Indian television, in a sense, is still finding its way and figuring out what an audience wants. And let's face it, we're all busy characterizing the Indian population. That's very hard to do. Mr. Singhal will take one extreme viewpoint and probably Nikhil will take the other extreme. There is a vast middle ground there, and we're still trying to figure that out.